Hi there YouTube, Josh Tedder here from 6 Months Later, and today we're going to take a look at the Google Wi-Fi router and get my first impressions of the device. The Google Wi-Fi is a router that allows you to have multiple Google Wi-Fis all connected together, creating what's called a mesh Wi-Fi network. And the magic of the Google Wi-Fi, like some of its competitors, is that it makes setting up a mesh Wi-Fi network incredibly easy. Now, the reason I was drawn to getting a Google Wi-Fi is one, I already have a few other Google devices now. I've bought a couple Google Homes. Really big fan of Google's hardware design as well as their app design is just incredible. And the Google Wi-Fi app is no exception. It is one of the best designed apps I have ever used, period. I mean, it is downright simple to use this app to set up a Wi-Fi network. Setting up the Google Wi-Fi took like 3 minutes. I've never set up any Wi-Fi router that has taken that short of amount of time to get everything up and running, optimize the network for the traffic coming across it. It has just been great so far. One thing that the Google Wi-Fi seemed to fix that I was having trouble with my Apple AirPort Extreme was on occasion the Apple AirPort Extreme would just stop. It would just start kind of cycling. It would like go offline, come online, and it would do this like, I don't know, every night around maybe 9, 10 o'clock. There wasn't like a set time it did it, but it always did it, if that makes sense. And with Google Wi-Fi, I don't have that issue anymore. The connection has just been solid, always on. I kept blaming the ISP for the issue with the Apple router when it looks like the issue was actually just the Apple router. Now, another thing the Google Wi-Fi router really fixed for me, and it was kind of a weird issue I was having with the Apple router, was if I was on the PlayStation 4 and I had the headphone in and I was talking to some friends, but I was also on my phone surfing the web, the phone's Wi-Fi connection would actually interfere with the voice connection I got through the PlayStation. And something that the Google Wi-Fi does, and it's marketed to do, is it'll actually scan your environment and make sure that your devices are on channels that don't have a lot of traffic on them. So what I'm assuming is the Google Wi-Fi can actually detect what's coming from the PlayStation and then move the phone to a different channel that doesn't interfere on the same channel. I think that's how it works. Again, I'm not technical. I probably just said something completely wrong, and some Wi-Fi networking expert is going to comment on this video and say, "You're an idiot, you don't know what you're talking about." You're right, I don't. I'm not a networking expert. I just want fast Wi-Fi, I want it to work, and I want it to be simple, which is why I got the Google Wi-Fi. Now, another feature I really like about the Google Wi-Fi is its design. It's just this really kind of sleek but simple design that looks like, again, something that belongs in the home, very similar to the Google Home's design. Another thing I really like about the Google Wi-Fi is it allows you to configure a lot of things. So if you want to set up a guest network for your friends and family that come over, it is very easy to do. You can always see what your password is for your Wi-Fi network as well as your guest networks from within the app. And it also allows you to configure such things like the brightness of the LED on the router itself. I cannot tell you what a lifesaver that is, because most of the time all my routers are all behind my television. I just like having the router there and having the light within sight so I can get a visual cue as to how my network is doing. Now, another thing that Google Wi-Fi makes super simple is Wi-Fi speed and speed coming from your ISP to the router itself from the modem. You can just go into the app and it'll tell you what speed you've been hitting and what speed you've been hitting historically as well. You can, of course, also test the Wi-Fi signal to a specific device. So if you have a phone, it's going to test based on where that phone is in your environment. It's going to tell you if the signal's strong and then what the speed the phone is actually receiving from the Wi-Fi router. Another cool thing that the Google Wi-Fi does is you can actually prioritize devices on your Wi-Fi. So if you're streaming an HD movie on your television and you want that prioritized, you can do it. It's just like a checklist, just very similar to any other Google user interface. Super simple, you just check TV on the list and boom. The Google Wi-Fi has temporarily prioritized your TV so you can stream movies without any buffering. Really cool feature. Overall, I've been very impressed with my Google Wi-Fi router. It delivers a better experience and faster experience over Wi-Fi than I had with my Apple Airport Extreme, though the two are pretty comparable. It's just slightly better than my Apple Airport Extreme. But where the Google Wi-Fi router really shines is its app. Its app is killer. Google took a lot of time to design a great user interface with their Google Wi-Fi app. It is a really great app. If you're just looking for a Wi-Fi router that's fast, that works, and that has a great app where you can access all the information about your network from the convenience of a smartphone, the Google Wi-Fi is definitely going to be something you want to consider. Now, we'll have much more on the Google Wi-Fi in the next 6 months, and we'll even test out how the Google Wi-Fi matches up to its competition as a mesh networking Wi-Fi router when we can test it in an environment that's much bigger than my apartment. Until then, I'm Josh Tedder, and this has been a first look at the Google Wi-Fi.